All right, today let's talk about something that's pretty much a universal truth for all small business owners, but it's something that we are not always the best at sharing with people who are wanting to start businesses. Hi, I'm Emily. I get paid to party. I run a handful of party service businesses out of my house and show you guys the behind the scenes how you can make hundreds to thousands of dollars a week as well. Okay, so here's the truth that we are not always the best at showing on social media, and that is really the extent to how hard it is to run a small business and how many failures you will come across. I love seeing the wins from the small businesses, and it gives people hope and inspires them that you can go out and make money doing the same thing, and you absolutely can. It's just that we're not always the best at being transparent about how hard it is. First of all, when you see a successful business owner online talking about it, I swear 8 times out of 10, maybe, that's not their first try. That is not their first business. That's not the first side hustle they've tried to do. When they find success, it's almost always because they failed previously. I am the exact same way. I own 5 party businesses right now, but I have owned at least 4 businesses prior to this. It wasn't a bankruptcy situation. Some of them just kind of ran their course and I got tired of doing them and it wasn't profitable enough to keep going. Some were just outright failures. And that is true for most business owners I know. And you can get in these industries and make good money. I just don't want us to always make it seem to you like it's, oh, hop in, invest a couple $100 and you're gonna be rich, because that is absolutely never the case. You're gonna work hard, you're going to miss important events at times because running your own business calls for that type sort of dedication and work. And you give up a lot and you sacrifice a lot, and behind the scenes we don't always show that. You just show like, oh, my business is profitable now, we're making money and I'm working from home, and all that looks great, but that definitely came at a price. So I don't want you to think you're gonna follow any of these business people online, myself included, and it's just magic. Now, that being said, I do have people that message me and say, I just started last month and I made $500 last month just doing party rentals from my house, or I made $1,000 last weekend on my first weekend, which is crazy, and I'm super proud of you. That's not the norm. I talk about how my very first month I had no business whatsoever. I had 2 or 3 bookings my second month, and then it kind of slowly grew from there. But anything of substance that you are wanting to grow to turn into like full-time income is, I promise you, so much more work than you're anticipating, but it's also worth it if that's the sort of life you want. If you wanna be your own boss and work a lot of hours, but get that reward as well and get to set your own schedule, it's really worth it. But I just feel like sometimes we don't tell you guys like how hard it really is. And being a person who's building these businesses on the side while also working a full-time job and having 3 kids, it's not always a work-life balance. And that's something I'm okay with, because I told myself if I could work 1 to 2 years where there wasn't a good work-life balance, but then that would lead me to years where I got to live a life a lot of people don't have the opportunity to live, I'm okay with that. And that's what I'm going for. I don't know if I'll necessarily get there, but that's what I'm going for, and that's what I've signed up for. So I sometimes see like new people in the comments being like, it's been 6 weeks and it's just not working, like I'm ready to quit. That does happen, and there are people that quit, but the only way you're gonna be successful is if you keep going. And it's not for everyone. Some people just wanna give it a little try and quit, and that's fine too. Just know if you get into it and you wanna be successful, it's a lot of crappy days, crappy situations, and continuing to fight through, 1 win and 2 losses, and then a small win and then 3 losses. But you get your footing, you learn as you go, and you will eventually, if you don't quit and you just keep going, you will eventually find where your success is, or pivot to an area that it will lead you to somewhere else that is more successful for you. I truly believe that. And I also believe that entrepreneurship is not for everyone. But I just think we owe it to the people that are watching to be honest about, there's not always a lot of work-life balance. There's a lot of setbacks, a lot of failures. And if you just keep going, I truly believe that you can get there, but it is about the mindset and the grit and the hard work. All right, ask me any questions you've got.